legitimate company with an awesome product and an outstanding marketing plan. So with any further delay, I want to introduce to you Scott Miller. Scott is an amazing gentleman. I had the great pleasure to get to know him a little bit. He's been a top producer in a number of programs that he's been involved with. He was a finance manager in the auto industry for many, many years. But in 2008, he began his career in online marketing and has been extremely successful ever since then, and has been an expert in that arena as well. Scott, thank you so much for Crosby while everybody's at conference. Glad you're here today. Welcome to the call, Scott. Can you hear Scott? Are you muted?
Oops, sorry about that. I had my phone muted there. Okay, great. Thank you for that great introduction. It sounds like we still have people joining us from the little blings, which is great. We're right at 2 o'clock, so why don't we go ahead and give some folks that are a little bit late some time to get assimilated and get ready for the presentation here. And hopefully, let me see if anyone who is on the webinar on your computer, could you tell me if you're able to hear okay? I know it said that the audio was breaking up earlier. Is it fine now? Fred, can you hear me fine? I got one yes. Better, sound is good. Yes, okay, great. Spectacular. We've got just 1 minute after 2, and I'm still hearing the little bings on the call-in portion. So it sounds like we do have some folks that are still joining us. But let's go ahead now we've given a minute or two. I don't want to be rude to those who got here promptly. So why don't we go ahead and get rolling. Telexfree, as you just heard. Yes.
Hey, real quick, this is Randy out of Atlanta, and I'm down here in sunny Florida at the presentation. Of course, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We got some real quick updates that we want to give everyone. I'm outside here, just outside of the lovely Hilton Hotel, and wanted to bring onto the line with me Santiago, who's going to bring on a special announcement about the super weekend that we're having down here. And I just want to see if he got on the line yet. Santiago, are you on the line with us yet? Star 6 should unmute you, Santiago, if you're on the line. Okay, guys, he's going to announce that tomorrow there's going to be a special, and I want him to give you the address. For all of you that were not able to make the Florida event, there's a special live feed that you guys will be able to go online and watch the entire event tomorrow. And
oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Santiago, are you on the line yet? Okay, guys, Santiago has that address. Let me try to reach him real quick because I just talked to him. If you're out there, Santiago, star 6 should unmute you. So, in fact, guys, let me call him and get him on the phone so he can give you guys the address. So just give me 1 second. You can go ahead, and then I'll just cut right back in as soon as I get Santiago on the line.
Very good, folks. Well, that is great that we're going to hear from Randy down at the event. Boy, I wish I were there. And Santiago as well. And it sounds like I really think that's awesome that they set up a live feed for us. So those of us who weren't able to attend can sort of attend, and that's kind of neat. Look forward to getting that link from them. And I've talked to a few people who are down there, actually a number of people, and they're having a great time and finally getting to meet a lot of people sometimes they've been working with for quite some time, and finally able to meet face to face, which is really neat.
Absolutely, Scott. And, you know, for anybody that's in the Orlando area, or if you know anybody in that area, tonight is the kickoff. Tonight is an opportunity meeting. So you'll definitely want to get there if you're in the area, or get your people to that meeting. If you want to introduce them to this program, this is the place to be tonight. The doors, I believe, will open at 6:30. It's a free meeting, so just go and attend. The doors open at 6:30. I believe the presentation starts at 7, and that will be at the Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista Hotel. Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista Hotel. If you need the phone number, maybe for directions or something like that, their phone number is 407-827-4000. That's 407-827-4000 at the Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista. So get there if you can. And then tomorrow will be the training, and the training is $35 registration, which is so dirt cheap for the amount of information and knowledge that you're going to gain from that. I imagine you'd agree, Scott, eh?
Oh, my Lord, yes. And especially, you know, those of you who are in Telexfree and are, you know, maybe this is your first opportunity that you've been in, or more likely the first opportunity that you're able to confidently tell people that go check this out and you're going to make money. If you have anyone within a couple of hour radius of Orlando, it would definitely benefit you to call them and say, you know, get your butt to the Hilton. And those people can be exposed. I don't care if you're in outer Madagascar, if you know someone that you can get to the Orlando meeting, they're going to be exposed to Telexfree in the best possible manner, by being able to see and meet Randy and other top producers and join the opportunity under you. So, you know, that's the Orlando event, or any of our events, are an opportunity for you to build your business if you know someone within driving distance of the place.
Actually, we're back right now. I think Santiago is on the line with us, guys. We're having a blast down here in Florida. So he wants to tell you guys about the special event for tomorrow and the address that you guys can watch the presentation live, because you know a lot of people wanted to make it to Florida. We had a ton of people here, but some of you just, it was not physically possible for you to make it down here. So you'll still be able to see a lot of things tomorrow. So at this time, Santiago, my friend, if you're on the line, *6, bring yourself up and tell everybody about how they can watch the event live tomorrow. *6, Santiago. I know he's on the line with us, guys. We still can't hear you, Santiago. If you need to, just call me and I'll just tie you into the line, because we're not hearing you at all. Okay, guys, he just texted me that he's in, so he's going to call me. We'll tie him into the line, but I'm telling you guys, it is absolutely incredible down here. I had a chance to meet with Steve Labriallo already earlier this morning. When you guys hear what's about to happen, it is absolutely incredible. Santiago, have you unmuted yourself yet, *6? Okay, it may be in full mute mode, Santiago, so do me a favor. Go ahead and call me on my cell phone, and I'll tie you in to the call. So just go ahead and give me a call. He's trying to unmute, but it's not letting him unmute. So just go ahead and give me a call, Santiago, and I'll tie you in. But just let you guys know, there's a lot of announcements that are getting ready to happen down here. I got a chance to meet with Steve. Blown away at some of the things that are happening. And I'm going to go ahead and tie Santiago in right now, guys.
Thank you, Randy.
Okay, guys, I've got Santiago with me. Go ahead, Santiago.
My friend.
I hear you, buddy. We're all listening to you.
Hey, good afternoon to everybody. How are you, my friend?
We're great.
Fantastic, fantastic. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to everybody in this opportunity. So I just want to let you know that, you know, we are so excited, waiting for all of you guys here in Orlando, and we will have an incredible super weekend. And I just want to let you know, though, all those people that they can meet with us this weekend, so you can see everything that's going to be happening here in Orlando. You just need to go to www.superweekend.biz tomorrow since 10 a.m. and you can see what's going on here in Orlando. We have a great training starting at 9 a.m. So we will have our marketing director plus our special guest, one of the owner of the company, the vice president, Mr. Carlos Vanceler. He's going to be here with us, share the vision of Telexfree and where we are, where we're going. So I think that would be great. If you cannot be here, with us tomorrow, that you can see through the internet, you just need to go to www.superweekend.biz. Randy, any questions?
And Santiago, that will be...
Santiago. That's
Randy, hi.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is Donna, Randy. Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
Donna.
good. I'm good. I just wanted to clarify the time was 10 a.m. Eastern.
That is correct.
Perfect. We'll get the email out to everybody so that everybody can attend. This is awesome. Thanks so much, Randy and Santiago.
Well, I tell you what, it's great, guys.
I'm sorry, making me say it's 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m.
Okay, great. 9:30. You got it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep. So,
9:30 a.m.
So if you guys go to your computer, and then we're going to be Santiago during lunch is going to be down for that hour during lunch, and then they'll start back up in the afternoon. Is that correct?
That's correct. We start our training at 9 a.m. The pre-registration is going to be at 8 a.m. And we'll start our program 9:30 until 12. We're going to do a lot of training. And at 12 to 1, we have a lunch. We are, a family all together. And then at 1 p.m., we're back to the ballroom again and continue to our program until 5 p.m.
Well, that's awesome, guys. And I tell you what's so amazing about Telexfree, guys. There's a lot of companies out there and a lot of opportunities, and that's what they are, opportunities. But with Telexfree, guys, with an opportunity, you can make money, and then again, you can't make money. And that's what you have with a lot of companies out there because, opportunities come a dime a dozen, but the 90% of the people that join an opportunity never make any income. The difference with Telexfree, guys, we don't just have an opportunity. We all have contracts, and because we have contracts, that means we will earn income, and not just this week, but every week for 52 weeks. That's the power of having contracts with Telexfree. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you guys. You'll be able to see us tomorrow, and as we continue to go around the country doing different super weekends, look forward to meeting a lot of you guys. Thank you. I wanted to give everybody the quick update. Thank you, Santiago, and I'll turn it back over to you guys, and we appreciate you and look forward to meeting all of you.
Thank you so much, Randy.
Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you. Great. Well, that is incredible. And any of you who may have tuned in just a little bit late, like I'm still hearing dings on the call-in line. We were able to just hear from Randy Crosby and Santiago, two of the company's top people, and that is phenomenal. They are attending a super weekend down in Orlando, and we'll update again at the end of the webinar as to how you're able to actually see it and kind of be there, if you will. Thank you to the power of the 21st century here. Kind of be there from your location and view the event tomorrow through a live feed. You just gotta love the 21st century, don't you?
Absolutely.
But isn't it fun? Yeah, we are. Sure beats the heck out of the 70s. Okay. Very good. Well, thank you very much, Donna. Let's go ahead and get started because I know a lot of you are new, and someone who cared enough about you to want to help you provide for your family suggested that you watch this webinar. And for you, you're kind of probably wondering what the heck are these people talking about, and Randy's comment as to making income through a contract sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Because we all, if you're here, you're either a member of Telexfree or you're looking, like so many people are, for a way to generate an income from home. And you've seen, just like Randy said, I'm grateful that someone else out there, understands the meaning of the word opportunity, because that's what all these things are. They're an opportunity to make money. And like he said, the problem with opportunity is it's a double-edged sword. Yes, you can make money, but you also might not make money. And as it turns out, and folks, this goes back to as long as home-based businesses have been around, Amway, 50 years or however long they've been around. I think they were probably the first one. But since then, people who join a home-based opportunity have about a 5 to less % chance of making an income. And it's even lower than that for the number who generate more money than they spend. That's under 1%. Folks, Telexfree turns all that around, because as Randy alluded to, he's at a meeting at an event in Orlando, and I certainly hope tomorrow someone gets on stage and asks who isn't making money, because no one will raise their hand, and no other opportunity can possibly ask that question. And let's get to why. Let's show you what's going on here. I like to start out by asking a simple question, and that is whether it's possible to join an opportunity and start out with less than $500 and build it to over 17 grand a year. And you see the other two numbers on there, and do that all within a year and without sponsoring anyone or selling anything. And you're going to find out that, yes, it is not only possible, but it is absolutely doable if you choose to do it. Not if you choose to try, but if you simply make the choice that, yes, that's what I want, well, folks, you can get there. And like I said earlier, we've all been looking for an opportunity. I'm sure you have, and we found exactly what you have been looking for. Folks, the company that you're looking at, Telexfree, has been marketing the technology that you're about to see, and the currently primary product of the company. They've been marketing it for over 13 years. They launched the MLM branch a little over a year ago, and in the first year, they created over $23 million earners. Now, I want you to let that sink in for a second, folks, because that's never been done before. Microsoft didn't do that. $23 million earners the first year of launching a pay plan. There has been MLMs around that are household names that haven't created $23 million earners in the time they've been established, let alone the first year of offering a pay plan. But the most important aspect of that is, if you're on this webinar and you're not yet in Telexfree, if you choose to get into Telexfree today, as you should, this means you get paid. Now, how does a million, we've gotten over 1 million people joining Telexfree in the last just over a year, actually. And you all know why everyone joins any opportunity. It's to make money, isn't it? But here's a question that generally a home-based business tries to stay away from, and that is, have you ever joined an opportunity and not made money? And if you have, I know you have, I have, you're among, don't feel bad, you're among the 99% that are in that boat, folks, and that's why we quit things, isn't it? Now, I alluded to this earlier, but we've all either been at those meetings. Randy's at one right now for Telexfree. or you've seen the videos of them. And I mentioned this before, but someone will get up on the stage of every one of these meetings and hold up his hand and say, who all's making money? And some hands will go up, and everyone will cheer, and everyone feels great, and everyone's jazzed up. But you know what none of them can possibly take the chance of asking? None of them can stand up on stage, hold up their hand, and say, who is in Telexfree or who is in whatever opportunity and not making money? And they can't ask that because the number of hands that would go up for every other home-based business would dwarf the number that went up for making money. Telexfree could do that. Randy could get up on the stage this weekend, and I'll bet he's going to do it because he appreciates this as much as I do. He could get up on stage and do just that. Folks, if you're in Telexfree, raise your hand. Okay. Now, anyone who's been in more than 2 weeks who is not making money, raise your hand. You know how many hands would go up in that room? 0. And we are the only home-based company that can make that statement that I've ever heard of. Now, we've kind of touched on this. Why is it that over 90%, over 95% of the people who join a home-based business never earn an income? And it's simple, folks. It's because you've got to convince someone to buy what you're selling. And when they say, no, you don't make money. And that puts you in a heck of a position. If you've never been in commission sales, or more importantly, never been successful in commission sales, and you're in a home-based opportunity that you have to either sell or sponsor in order to make an income, your financial life depends on that person saying yes, doesn't it? Your life financially depends on that. And that's a heck of a lot of pressure to be in for someone who isn't used to that type of mindset, and that's why everyone drops out. Well, folks, with Telexfree, the whole paradigm is shifted. Because you're not asking someone if they simply want to join an opportunity and if come maybe make money. You're simply asking them if they want additional income, because that's the question. It isn't a chance. It isn't a maybe. If they say yes, they're going to make additional income. And that turns the whole paradigm around, because now the person who says yes to you isn't the one doing someone a favor. You're doing people a favor by presenting Telexfree to them, and you're doing those who you don't present it to quite a disservice, really. And that's why we have the solution for you. Folks, and I try to say this as often as I can in my webinars, everyone here, everyone is paid weekly, period. And that isn't like every other program you've been in where it seems like it's everyone but you. It isn't everyone who's lucky enough to get spill, everyone who's lucky enough to get into the right marketing co-op, anyone, there is no ifs, folks. You get paid every week, period. Now, what is Telexfree? Well, we're a media company, and the way we're able to make sure that everyone is paid is we pay you to perform a service for the company. Just like Coca-Cola pays some advertising agency somewhere money to advertise for them, Telexfree pays you to advertise for them. Then, when you do sell products or you know, the products in the back office, when the service sells, then you make more money, but you have a base with which to build on. Now, we finally are showing you a company that you are going to profit weekly. And that means we've got the answer that you need. Folks, you simply place your ads and you get paid. It's literally that simple, and we're going to go into that in great detail here. Now, why on earth would Telexfree pay you to place some silly ads on the internet? The same reason Coca-Cola or Ing pays some advertising agency to put an ad on a park bench or to put a blurb in a paper, because the more you get the word out about your company, about your service, the more times people see it, the more likely they are to eventually act on it. Makes sense, doesn't it? Well, what better way can you develop a viral advertising campaign than having, at this point, 1 million people placing ads about your company? I can't think of a better way. And to do that same thing through an advertising agency would be incredibly daunting. Now, probably some of you are wondering how you place these ads, and that's a great question. What if you don't have internet skills? Folks, if you can copy and paste, you can do this, because we provide you the ads, we provide you the places with which to place them, and if you don't know how to copy and paste, still no worries, because I'm sure whomever brought you here would be more than happy to show you, and it literally takes a minute a day to place an ad for Telexfree. It's the simplest thing you've ever seen. Now, what is it? What are we advertising here? I like to explain the Telexfree's primary product, Telexfree 99. The easiest way to describe it in my mind is it's kind of like someone took Skype and Magic Jack and Vonage and rolled them into one simple package. You can use Telexfree when you have the retail product. You download it onto your computer, and you can use it just like you use Skype for video conferencing, screen sharing, multiple people on a conference line, all of that. But in addition to that, I've got people in my Telexfree organization right now, some in Canada, some in Mexico. I call them from my cell phone or my home phone using Telexfree, and it costs me nothing. So that's why I say it's like taking Vonage, Magic Jack, Telexfree, rolling it all together, and bazinga, you're calling internationally on your cell phone, you're screen sharing internationally, file sharing, and all that neat stuff. So it's a very viable service, especially if you know people with international contacts, say military personnel, anyone with a foreign accent. Folks, the product is incredibly valuable and incredibly in need for anyone who knows anyone or is related to anybody that doesn't happen to live in the same country as they do. Now, who is Telexfree? Well, Telexfree, the marketing arm for the product, launched in 2012. So about going on a year and a half, and that's the time period that we've attracted over 1 million affiliates in. Now, it isn't a startup company, however. That's simply the marketing arm. The product, the company behind it, has been marketing this product line for 13 years. So they kind of know what they're doing there, and they kind of know the continued use of the product. So our company president is James Merrill. They have offices. They're actually headquartered here in the United States in Massachusetts, and have international offices in Brazil as well. Now, what we're doing here, and what Randy alluded to, is when you join Telexfree, you're not just joining an opportunity, you're purchasing a contract, and I'll show you how that works here in a minute. But you are making money by contract, and that's how we're able to take the if, come, maybe out of the whole thing. The contracts are simply referred to as an Ad Central or an Ad Central family, all right? Now, there's two ways to earn, and the thing I like best about Telexfree is we generally spend more time on how you earn money individually, where there is no chance that this isn't going to work for you. And then we'll also talk about what happens when you do build a team, when your Uncle Larry asks you how it is that you're spending all your time at home and haven't been kicked out of your house yet, and so you show him what you're doing, and you find that it's incredibly easy to build a team when you can assure people that, you know, that they are going to make an income. So let's go into those, okay? Everyone who joins Telexfree starts as a partner, and the cost of that is $50. Now, as a partner, you have the ability to sell the product, the Telexfree 99, and you're paid a 10% commission when people purchase it. Pretty cool gig. Now, would you prefer to make a 90% commission? I know I would. And would you like to make money every week, even if you didn't make a sale that week? Sounds pretty cool. But what if you don't make a sale ever? How do you do that? You simply buy an annual contract. Now, as I said, the annual contracts are called an Ad Central and an Ad Central family. So let's talk about Mary. And don't worry, your name doesn't have to be Mary. You come in, Mary joins, and she starts as a partner like everyone does, and then decides to upgrade to an Ad Central. That's going to be an additional $289. That gives her 10 of the Telexfree 99 packages in her back office with which to sell and make a 90% commission. But the agreement that she is entering into, she's agreeing to place an ad every day about the Telexfree service. Okay, now they're, like I said, they're all written. You just copy and paste them and stick them in the sites that we provide you with. And again, when people purchase, Mary's going to make 90%. But what happens is Telexfree is going to deposit a free Telexfree 99 each week in her back office. And again, if she sells it, 90%. But if she doesn't sell it, the company will buy it back from her the following week for $20. That means she's assured of $87 every month for 52 weeks, which is going to total about $1,040. Folks, that is her minimum earnings. And very importantly, you can buy as many of these agreements as you choose to, which brings us to a gentleman we'll refer to as Mike. Mike's a little bit more aggressive, and he joins as a partner, as everyone else does, then upgrades to the Ad Central family, which happens to be the most popular place that people join Telexfree as. That's $13.75. Now, that's basically 5 Ad Central, so he gets 50 of the Telexfree 99 packages, and now he places 5 ads every day. And again, same deal. If he sells them, he makes 90%. If he doesn't, Telexfree buys them back the following week for $20. Folks, that means he's going to make $433 a month or $5,200 a year minimum earnings. And again, you can purchase as many of these packages as you choose. So let's talk about a couple that join. Let's say their name's Jim and Ann. Jim and Ann join as what's called a team builder. Now, this is something that you can join at or build to. All a team builder means is they joined as an Ad Central family, and then either they themselves or through sponsoring people get 10 Ad Central families directly under them. All right? Now, they give you a little break. They only, have you place 1 ad per Ad Central family. And the same deal, folks. If they don't sell anything, Telexfree is going to purchase all of their packages back from them. That's going to assure them of a $4,800 per month income, or close to $57,000 per year. And as an additional bonus as a team builder, they're going to let them participate in a 2% company-wide revenue share. Folks, again, the $57,000 a year is minimum earnings. Now, I want you to appreciate, you've just seen how you decide exactly how much you want to make, regardless of sponsoring or any of the pitfalls that befall everyone in home-based businesses. And I've shown you how you can make as little as $86 a week to start out with, if that's where you choose to start, or up to close to $60,000 a year. And so far, this is without sponsoring, selling, any of that. Now, I understand, I keep saying you can buy additional contracts, but everyone has limits, don't they? So the fastest way to really explode your earnings is by allowing others to join you. And again, I can't stress this enough. When you assure people of the ability to make an income, sponsoring is no longer the magic trick that it's always seemed to be. So let's talk about what happens when you build a team. Every person who joins you directly as an Ad Central, you're going to make $20. And everybody who joins you as an Ad Central family, which again is the most popular place to join, you make $100. Pretty cool gig. But another thing happens. When you join Telexfree, you're also placed in a binary pay plan. Now, what that means, if you've never been in internet or network or multi-level marketing, it's really simple. That just means the computer places you at the top of your own little empire there. And when the computer says that you've got a person on your left, and we know you made $20 if it's an Ad Central, and a person on your right, and again, you made $20, pretty cool. But when it sees that you've got a position on your left and a position on your right, and you've got a direct customer to yourself, you are qualified now for binary income. So every time the computer sees that someone on your left and someone on your right, you make another $20 for what they call cycling. Now the key word there that I used is every time. So that means if Bob sponsors Paula and Bill sponsors Rita, who did the computer see got a position on their left and a position on their right? That would be you. Bazinga, $20 cycle bonus. And folks, that goes through infinity. So whoever under you results in you getting a position on your left and a position on your right, computer doesn't care where it comes from, you get a $20 cycle bonus. And that, for someone that you just heard like Santiago on the line, he could have somebody 2,000 levels down from him on his left sponsor a person, and have someone else 3,000 levels down from him on his right sponsor someone. Who gets the cycle bonus? Santiago. Pretty powerful. But it gets more powerful. When people join as the Ad Central family, and again, we know that's maybe $100, and you get a customer, computer sees left, right, you get a total of an $80 cycle bonus. And again, that's to infinity. And again, that doesn't matter where those people come from. All the computer is looking for is left, right, and you cycle. That binary aspect of the pay plan is incredibly, incredibly powerful. And I think I skipped over something here. Yeah, I did. There is a limit to it, though. Telexfree does limit you to only making a little over $15,000 per day on this one aspect of the pay plan. And if you can't do $15,000 a day, I know that's pretty stressful, but I think for just being one aspect of the pay plan, you can learn to live with it, can't you? Now, you're also paid 5 levels deep on the retail sales that are done underneath you, and that is incredibly huge as well, folks, because I want to, and I always keep going back to this retail package, the Telexfree 99, is an incredibly valuable service. Now, if you happen to live in a small town and maybe don't know anyone internationally, I understand that, and it may not be something that you have a use for, but if you live here in the U.S., have you ever encountered anyone with a foreign accent or someone in the military? They could have a great need for this service. And quite honestly, the entire world has gotten smaller. The U.S. isn't the only country with people moving in and out of it. Virtually every country is. So virtually anywhere you live, there are a vast number of people that can very desperately use this. But let's talk about my favorite part of the pay plan. And that is what's referred to as a unilevel. I know that sounds like a technical term and all that, but basically all that means is for 6 levels down from you, you are making a 2% override for everyone placing their ads. Now, when I discuss this part of the pay plan, I refer to a conversation I have because I still can't believe it. It was with a top producer in internet network marketing, and I was just blown away by his response. And his response was, 2%? You got to be kidding me. I don't do anything for 2%. I've got a program that I make 100% check match on people that I sponsor. And that sounds really cool. Unless you go back to the numbers that we talked about, because you've got to look at pay plans as they're going to be applied to what you're talking about, folks. If you're talking about a 95 to 99% failure rate, which if you're talking about literally any other program other than Telexfree, that's what you've got to look at. Well, folks, 100% of nothing is nothing. Everyone in Telexfree is earning money, so you're making 2%, 6 levels deep on every individual underneath you, and I would much rather have 2% of something than 100% of nothing. So I always refer to this guy as Bill. That wasn't his name, but folks, don't be a Bill. Realize that every individual who joins Telexfree under you is earning an income. Therefore, you're making 2% of just that ad placement income that you know they're going to make. Now, let's see what that can do. We've all heard you get 5, who gets 5, who gets 5. And I know that that's it's a pretty optimistic mindset, but just using those numbers, the 555, what could that build to if you do build a team? 2% can add up to a lot of money, folks. And I've had I don't have 55555, but I can tell you that just 3.5 going on 4 months in, that 2% to me is working out to quite a healthy income. Now, there's an additional aspect to the pay plan, and as your team starts to grow, you remember those cycles that I refer to, the group sees one on your left, one on your right, bam, you cycle. Well, when you do that, and your team starts growing to a point that happens 22 times in a 20-day period, you're dropped into an additional 1% revenue share. And that team builder position that I mentioned, that puts you into another 2% revenue share. Now, I can assure you, I don't care how many programs you've ever seen or what they were, there is no way that it has ever been easier to generate an income and get to where you want to be, especially when you're looking at a company that you can literally dictate the base with which you're going to build from. And we haven't even talked yet about, and this part I love, Telexfree, and I think this speaks to the stability and longevity of the company. They've partnered with Best Western Hotel Chains, which is one of the largest hotel chains in the world, to build and acquire 500 hotels in the country of Brazil. Now, that's really neat, but the more impressive aspect of that is these hotels aren't merely called Best Western. They're called Best Western by Telexfree. And that is an amazing journey. And it not only speaks to the stability of the company, I believe, because at some point you've got to look at a company's alliances and who's willing to stand next to them and partner with them. Best Western's pretty freaking impressive. But we're also, as Telexfree affiliates, going to have the option, I believe, beginning in October, to participate in that in an investment standpoint. And that, I think, could turn into, although Telexfree in and of itself, if you really pursue this pay plan, can, but this option is, or this investment opportunity, I believe, will turn into not just wealth, but what could be generational wealth. And folks, I highly suggest that you get back with whomever brought you to this webinar. Get back with them with a quickness, because this is not something you want to look at and look back on a year or two from now knowing that you didn't take advantage of it. Donna, are you still there?
Oh, here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Scott. That was just awesome. Just a beautiful, beautiful presentation. And, you know, I have to agree wholeheartedly with everything that you have said here today. You know, I have been a professional networker for the last 14 years, and I've made money in networking. I've done quite well, in fact, in the instances. But what always seemed to be the inherent problem was that my team didn't make the same amount that I did. In fact, many of them fell quite short of that. And the beauty of Telexfree and what I'm seeing with my team now is that they're all making money. They are all making money, and this just thrills me to death. I have a group of seniors out in Florida. These people are in their 80s. God bless them. What options do they have for an income? But they have jumped into Telexfree, and they are creating their own legacy, and they will be able to live out the remainder of their golden years, and hopefully it's a really long time, in the style which they deserve. They have worked hard all their lives. They deserve to have some ease, some financial stability as they close out, you know, that chapter of their lives. And not only that, but they'll have just an incredible legacy that they can leave to their kids and their grandkids. So this just really thrills me to death that my team is making money. You know, I really can't say anything else without getting choked up here. But it really is a beautiful program, folks. If you're thinking about doing this, get your questions answered. Get back to the person who invited you to this webinar, and get your questions answered and get signed up. Every day that you delay, you are losing money. You can literally design your own paycheck here. So jump in and get her done. Now, for those of you in the Orlando, Florida area, again, the opportunity meeting will be this evening, a live opportunity meeting on stage, and it will be at the Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista Hotel. Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista Hotel. I'll give you the phone if you need directions for yourself or any of the people you want to introduce to this. It's 407-827-4000. 407-827-4000. So give them a call if you need directions. But again, it's the Hilton Orlando Lake Buena Vista Hotel. The doors will open, I believe, at 6:30 this evening. Presentation beginning at 7. So get there early, get a good seat. For those of you who cannot attend that, if you missed the beginning of this call, Randy Crosby in Santiago came on and said, oh, incredible news. They are doing a live stream of the meeting that we can watch on computers. How cool is that? And to do that, you will go to www.superweekend.biz. That's superweekend.biz. The program, the training tomorrow begins at 9:30 a.m. till noon, and that is East time, 9:30 till noon. From noon to 1, there will be lunch break, and then the conference will resume at 1 p.m. and close out at 5 o'clock in the evening. So do try to watch me and all of that presentation if you can, because it's just going to be a spectacular presentation tomorrow, and try to get to the meeting this evening as well. Tonight's opportunity meeting is a free meeting, by the way, so get everybody there that you can. Scott, again, thank you so much for this presentation. It was really, really lovely. Thanks for pinch hitting while Randy Crosby is in Orlando. Just a beautiful presentation. Again,
well, thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Well, we wish you a wonderful weekend, everybody. Enjoy the weekend. Hope it's beautiful this weekend for you. Get busy, get into Telexfree, and start making some money. Thanks again, Scott. Bye-bye, everybody.